Greetings. This is Queen at the Earth Lodge with Earth Speaks. And today, yes, I know it's been a little while, but I'm back on track. We're going to talk a little bit about the coronavirus. I've had several people inbox me regarding how they should approach the coronavirus. Just a little bit of history on how our collective consciousness creates virus in terms of our consciousness. Our consciousness creates what we need in order to remember who we are and how to live in harmony with one another, as well as live in balance with the planet. Corona is just another one of those reminders. Whether or not it was created in a laboratory is still a reflection of collective consciousness. Whether it was created by monkeys is still an outpicturing of our creative consciousness. Just be with that for a minute. Take a deep breath and just feel that this is part of your creation, because we are part of the collective. And so take a moment to see what this virus, this viral entity, this viral energy is bringing up for you. For some of us, it's bringing up lack and limitation. We're running out, emptying Costco out, with water, canned goods, etc., etc. There's nothing wrong with being a little bit prepared. But when it's over the top, to the point to where it creates an internal anxiety and fear that passes on to not only you, but those loved ones and children, and even to your animals. Did you ever think that if you chant Corona so much that it becomes a calling, an invocation, if you will, and invoking that energy, that entity, and I use those words interchangeably because they're both frequencies of intelligence. It invokes that energy towards you. What you give attention to manifests or wombifest. What you give attention to becomes your reality. And again, I'm not saying not to be cautious, but don't go into a panic mode where you're out of balance with your own internal everyday process of life, where you're afraid to touch your partner, your children, your animals, your trees. That is not why the virus is here. And the virus is here for everyone in a different reason. Sit still and see what is coming up for you. It'll either range from lack and limitation, fear, separation, paranoia, and the list could go on. Those are just a few that I thought of. But what we can do is make offerings to the earth, because Mama knows how to heal it all. She can let out a pollen that'll dissolve that viral contagion and neutralize it. So make an offering to the earth on behalf of this virus that we no longer, first of all, let's hope that we get the message that the virus is bringing and that we no longer require it. But that's after we get the lesson. The lesson is not about exclusivity. It's about inclusivity. Let's pull together as sentient beings and help each other. And work together collectively. This is a preparation for when we get to that phase, and I don't like to say apocalypse because I feel that we're in an apocalypse in some type of way already. We've been in one. But when it comes down to the point to where we're really in a position where water is really scarce, food is scarce, shelter is scarce, air is scarce, this is preparing us for that. So what does Corona teach? A couple things it taught me. First of all, get control of my mind. Don't let my mind run. It's interesting that Corona came out around election time. There's always distractions happening on the planet. Number 2, make a prayer and an offering for those that are suffering with Corona, and that it no longer requires the sacrifices that have been made on behalf of it, that most of us have gotten the message that it came to bring. Third, it has taught me to be prepared. There should be a storehouse of canned goods and water and extra blankets, not only for your immediate family, but for the family next door or for the family across the way. So Corona has urged preparedness. It's also allowed me to look at being triggered by those around me and igniting a sense of fear that will not only magnetize the possibility of getting Corona, but it'll spread to my loved ones. So once again, I'm not saying don't be cautious and prepared, but I am asking you to ask yourself, what lessons are you getting from Corona? What message has Corona brought you? And please inbox me, because honestly, I didn't do the etymology of the word Corona. I believe it's a Spanish word, but I'm not sure. And I know that in some cultures it means beer. So if you get a whiff of what the word means and where the origin of it comes from, inbox me. But in the meantime, make your offerings on behalf of the trees. Spread some pollen out to dissolve this, and thank you for this lesson. Make a prayer and include those on your altar that have suffered on behalf of Corona. Shield your mind from creating more fear and the possibility of catching Corona. Shield your mind and stay in a state of peace, because the body can rejuvenate and heal itself. It can also boost its immune system up where that virus will just get pushed away. So strengthen your immune system. Strengthen your energetic field around you, and become an ally to those that unknowingly are creating more and more Corona episodes by virtue of their fear, that which becomes a magnet for it, and by virtue of their fear. I'm going to leave it at that. So Corona comes to bring us together, for us to remember our humanity, for us to pull together and help one another, for us to remember how to get in that soil and plant our food, grow our food, to remember how to sterilize our own water, to remember how to build a hut should we need to live off the land. So the offerings are very important. Okay, that's about all I have to share. This is what I shared with people that inbox me personally. To learn more about us, go to www.earthlodgecenter.org. Check out our Facebook page. Like us, love us, become a subscriber for just $18 a month. Check out the new, well, it's not a new curriculum, but when you go to the website, check out our curriculum for living your soul's purpose through connecting with the earth and nature. And don't forget to do something absolutely wonderful for the earth today. When you remember nature, nature will remember you. Blessings.